First order of business, let's get warmed up. Now, whatever you do not skip this video. These warm-ups are gonna help to make We Wish You a Merry Christmas so much easier. For just a moment, imagine your favorite activity or fitness routine, maybe playing a soccer game or ice hockey or going to the gym or dancing, whatever it may be. If you jump right into that thing without having warmed up your muscles or knowing what you're doing, you're likely going to have injury or something's not going to go as easily or smoothly as you wish. So you take the time to warm up, to move your muscles, to stretch out, to know what's coming up so that whatever the activity is, it can go well. Same thing here. We're going to start with a few warm-ups to help us to prepare for We Wish You a Merry Christmas. First, we're going to start preparing you so that you're ready to use that fourth finger. Second, we're going to talk about the notes that are coming up in this piece. And third, we're gonna go play a new version of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star starting on the D string that makes it so that you are familiar with the D string and it feels so easy in just a moment when we start We Wish You a Merry Christmas. So let's start with that first exercise to help with that fourth finger rotation. Cue the exercise music. Here we go. Go ahead and hold that left hand out in front of you. Now we're gonna be bringing this left pinky muscle up to your nose 10 times. Do it with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you forgot to put on your workout clothes, go put them on now. Just kidding. That rotation really helps us to get used to the rotation that we're going to need in just a moment to help to make it easier for fourth finger to reach. As I'm sure you've noticed with your own hand, fourth finger is at a slight disadvantage. He's a little shorty pants. And we're going to help to make it easier for fourth finger to reach by rotating our hand a little bit when we're ready to play the fourth finger. That means we're going to be bringing this fleshy pinky muscle and our left arm forward and to the right just a little bit so that fourth finger can be hovering over the string. Practicing that rotation is going to make it a lot easier for us to get used to that when we're playing. Next, let's get acquainted with the notes that are coming up in We Wish You a Merry Christmas. We're going to be starting on the D string first. To help us to get ready to play on that D string, I'd like you to bring this left arm to the right, allowing your fingers to now hover over the D string. Additionally, I'd like you to touch the E string with your bow at the bottom tape. Now I'd like you to let that right hand float up to your D string, which is the third string from the right, allowing your arm to still be heavy, really focusing on just your hand floating up and leading the way. Now we're ready to get started with our first notes. We're going to play one long bow using 2 sections of bow on each of these notes. We'll start with our open D string without any fingers. D. Next, add your first finger to the D string, following the order of the alphabet. Hint, hint, hint. This is called our E. First finger on the D string. Keeping that finger there, add the second finger on the D string on your second finger tape. This is our F sharp. Then add the third finger. This is our G. Now comes the big moment. Instead of going to the A string, we're going to be playing the next note with our fourth finger. I'd like you to think of bringing this fleshy pinky muscle forward, just like when we did that rotation, and touch that fourth finger tape with your fourth finger, making sure that we're keeping it in the shape of a nice rainbow and allowing it to fully cross the strings, not laying down flat. To help to make that easier, again, make sure that we're really rotating that pinky muscle. If you have Mr. Smiley's best friend and neighbor, Fred, drawn right there, make sure that he is going in front. Rotate that pinky muscle, put that fourth finger on that fourth finger tape. Here we go. Fourth finger is going to play the fourth finger on the D string, which is called the A. Here we go. After we've done that, let this hand relax back to play the first finger on the A string, our B, a familiar note. Next, C natural. This is a different note. In the key of G major, which is the key that We Wish You a Merry Christmas is in, there's only allowed to be one sharp, F sharp. So our second finger is going to be going in a new spot, our C natural. Go ahead and place that second finger right next to your first finger so it looks like this. You'll notice that my second finger is not on the normal second finger tape. Our normal second finger tape is our C sharp, which is higher. A natural is lower. So bring that second finger back by the first finger. This is our C natural. Get ready to play that C natural, low second finger on your A string. Then add the third finger to play your D. Whew, you made it this far. Let's go backwards. D, third finger on the A string. Pop that finger off. Back to our C natural, low second finger down by your first finger on the A string. Pop that second finger off. B. This time we will go ahead and use the open A string. Pop that finger off. A. Put first, second, and third fingers on the D string to play our G. Pop that third finger off to play F sharp. Pop second finger off to play the E. And pop that first finger off to play your open D string. Now, one common question that I get when it comes to learning the fourth finger is, Nicole, why do we have to do this? You just mentioned that when we put the fourth finger on the D string, this is our A. And it sounded exactly like the open A string. Why can't we just play the A instead? What an amazing question. We're going to be using the fourth finger as we keep going forward for a myriad of reasons. But in We Wish You a Merry Christmas, the reason we're using the fourth finger is because it allows us to play the note that we need to play without crossing strings for just one note. For efficiency's sake, rather than cross strings for just one little measly note, we're going to use the fourth finger instead to be able to stay on the same string and make it a little bit easier. The last part of our warm-up is to play a new version of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, starting on the D string. We're doing this because, as I mentioned, We Wish You a Merry Christmas has a lot of D string notes, and it's easier to get used to playing those notes in something familiar like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Now here's what to expect. We're going to start playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, starting on the D string. Now before you say, wait, Nicole, I don't know how to do that. Let me make it easy for you. All we're going to be doing is playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star in the same order of fingers, but all we're doing differently is pretending that your A string is now the D string, and your E string is now the A string. Stick with me, we'll figure this out. So we're going to start with our cookie section, starting on the open D string. We'll play, as always, cookie, cream, cream, cookie. When we're playing the cookie section, we're going to be using all open strings, no fourth fingers. But as soon as we get to the cream sections, rather than playing the open A, we're going to give our fourth finger an opportunity to get stronger and rotate our hand to play 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get started. As I mentioned, go ahead and bring that left arm to the right so that our fingers are hovering over the D string. Touch your bow to the E string and let your hand float up to the D so that our arm weight is still very much low and into the string so we can have a big, rich, clear D string sound. Here we go, starting with the cookie section on the D string. Here we go. D, A, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D. Now rotating that left hand up. Get those fingers set, first, second, and third, and fourth fingers on the D string. Getting ready to play your fourth finger on the D string, which is the A. Here we go. A. Let that hand rotate back. G. F sharp. E. Add those fingers again and rotate that pinky muscle forward, making sure to still keep Mr. Smiley's house open. Playing that fourth finger again on the D string to play our A. Here we go. A, G, F sharp, E. Back to our last cookie. Pop that finger off for the D string. D, A, B, A. Add the first, second, and third fingers on the D string to play your G. F sharp, E, D. Now, one last little pro tip as you're starting to play on the D string. If you're playing and you're starting to discover that, oh man, my sound on the D string is just not as good as the other strings, I'd like you to remember two things. First, make sure that you've tuned your strings, including that D string. Most of the pieces that we've been playing thus far have been on the A and E strings, which means that your D string may be a little bit neglected. Make sure that it's in tune. Second, I'd like you to make sure that your arm is staying low and heavy. The D string is a deeper, bigger string, and it does take a little bit more arm weight to be able to pull out a clear sound. That's why I've been having you guys touch the E string and float your hand up so that we can keep our arm weight low. So if you're starting to hear a wispy sound and wondering what's going on, there's no air conditioning or wind blowing through here, why does it sound like my sound's about to blow away? It's because we need to keep our arm weight heavy. Really make sure that you're using that dead weight and keeping the weight into the string so that we can have a clear sound on that D string. Everything that I've just given you in this video is new. So if at first it's not perfect or even maybe not easy, take a breath, let that idea go, and know that, yeah, it's new. Yeah, it's gonna take some work, but as always, as we keep working at it, it's gonna get better and better and better. As you're practicing, we wish you a Merry Christmas over the coming days. Every day, start warming up with this video and pay attention to how much easier it gets to be able to play your fourth finger and play on that D string. You're gonna be loving it in no time.